Hi everyone, I am back. It's been a fun challenge to do throat chakra power videos live under Mercury retrograde. But you know, it is in many ways the best time to do it. So we're doing part 2 of the power of the throat chakra. And again, I'm choosing to do it outside. It's kind of noisy. We're going to hear natural noise. I'm in a little village in Spain, so you're going to hear some church bells. And the reason why I'm choosing to do it outside is because I want to really give you the transmission of the energy of the throat chakra, and I think that it's best done outdoors in the flow of spirit. So this is part 2 of our video series, because the throat chakra, in my opinion, is the most important chakra right now for us all to think about, to be aware of, and to become in sort of in charge of, because it is our power center. It works in 3 ways. It works in multiple ways, but 3 primary ways. One, the throat chakra is the chimney of the heart. So it helps us stay connected and really express our most authentic self. It helps us express our spirit. And when the chakra's open and our true self is coming out, it's very powerful, and people listen. People feel it. People believe you. And consider how important that is. That when you are speaking your truth, people listen. So how much in your time in your life have you felt like you're not listening to me? And secondly, people believe you, because when you speak from the heart, and this is clear in channeling that expression, and there's no interference in your throat chakra, people feel the power of your heart and spirit. So that's very important. The second thing is that it works kind of up from the lower chakras through and channels your creative expression. So the word is to express the spirit. It can be an artful expression, it can be a vocal expression, it can be an energetic intention expression. It doesn't have to be just words. This is the junction box to put your energy out in the world. Second area of the throat chakra is here, and this is helping us connect and really energetically communicate in the best possible way with the world around you, which means it gives you the capacity, when your chakra is open and working properly, it gives you the capacity to hear whether a person is speaking from their ego, which I call your barking dog, and I'll explain more about that in a minute, or from your heart, which is your deep and empowered authentic spirit. We don't want to hear when people speak from the head. It's hard to hear, actually. It's annoying when people are talking at you. You know, have you ever been to a lecture and someone's behind a podium with the notes and they're like, meh, 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 and you're just like, oh, please get to the point. Give me some energy, because it's boring. It has no spirit. Versus someone who throat chakra is open, they're in their bodies, their heart is being expressed, they have the microphone, and they move you, because the spirit moving through the throat chakra moves energy, and it awakens the heart and the interest in the creativity in others. So the other thing about this chakra is you can hear when people are not necessarily listening. So I have some important information about that. When people don't listen to you, please stop talking, because that energy is bouncing back, and it's so frustrating, and it devalues who you are. So when you are communicating and someone isn't available, you can feel it through your throat chakra that what I'm saying isn't landing. What I'm trying to communicate isn't getting across. And when that happens, it feels so demoralizing, infuriating to you. So what we want to do in that case is we want to stop talking. Don't give your energy. Don't share your spirit to a closed door. So now there's the church bells I talked to you about, and I chose them because the bells in the church are really a call to spirit, and that's what the throat chakra is really about, is like expressing the spirit in you, expressing and hearing and listening to the spirit in others. When that isn't happening, we feel like we're just kind of, it's sort of like bump cars in an arcade. You know, you kind of bump into one another, and you're not you're more managing each other instead of really communicating or connecting. Doesn't feel good. So when you're in that frequency, you you're not effective. So what you want to be, if you want to be a powerful creator, you want to speak from the heart. You want to tune in, and you want to listen if people are speaking from their authentic self to you. And here's something to know about the throat chakra. Human beings entrain. Okay, so whatever is the dominant vibration will pull up the lesser vibration. So if you are speaking from an authentic, grounded, loving, genuine place, people around you who normally don't go there, don't live there, don't want to be there, don't know how, will be pulled into your vibration and start matching you. And that's what is so incredibly exciting, is that you can actually transform a situation so that as you're communicating, you can get people on board to this higher connected frequency where we really are respecting and hearing one another. And that's one of the most important things a human being wants in their life, is to feel they are heard. And not just my ears hear you, yeah, I heard you say. That's not being heard. Being received, being valued. What you're saying is being taken in. So as you hear the church bells in the background, this is sort of a transmission that I'm using with these church bells to say we can use this power, but how do you do it? Well, first, be sure that what you say is true. You know, have you ever, and people speak all the time, but what they say is not true, and you really close that chakra down, and it's like taking away your magic wand. It's taking away your power. So have you ever said to someone, how are you? And they say, I'm fine. You're like, well, that doesn't resonate as fine. What's the matter? Nothing. Well, something's the matter. No, I'm okay. That just closes that throat chakra down, and it just strangles you, and it really disempowers you. And plus, the other thing you're doing, which you do not want to do, is the chakra is the heart. This is the chimney of your heart. You are here to express. And when you say, I'm fine, I'm not speaking the truth, I'm not going to give up what I'm really feeling, the truth of me, you withhold the heart, and that's really bad for you. When you withhold the heart, that shuts down your spirit and power, and it just makes you like a plastic person. And it's very infuriating to other people on a soul level, on a spirit level, because it sucks their life force out. So you don't want to do that. Better to say, I don't know how I am. I'm troubled. I'm upset. I'm disappointed. I need some time alone. I'm aggravated. I'm irritable. I may need time out. I don't know why. I need to sort it out, but not I'm fine. Nothing's wrong. So respect your throat chakra by telling the truth. Now, when you hear this, I want to remind you, other people sometimes don't know what they're saying. They don't know about the power of their chakra. They've been trained to be self-protective, so they don't express what's real, and you can feel it. You know why you can feel it? There's no connection. Now, here's the worst case scenario, and this is where your throat chakra is very important. When you're talking to somebody who's a narcissist, now pump the brakes on getting excited going, everybody in my life's a narcissist. We all are a little bit. It just, we all have to be somewhat self-interested. But when you're truly talking to someone who is unavailable, does not want to hear you, cannot hear you, don't try to break through the brick wall. It's not even a brick wall, it's a steel drum. You just drain your throat chakra, just gets clogged up, and it just gets twisted, and your heart drains, and your rage comes up, and nothing productive happens. So here's how to keep your power, is like, don't talk to them. Step back. Say, I'm not going to communicate because you're not available, and so the saying, you don't get me? It's like, well, don't give them to you. Just say, I'm going to respect myself, and I'm not going to talk to you. I'm walking away. Your left and right foot really help the throat chakra. So, you know, you're not going to get through. You can't get through because the mechanism of their throat chakra is so blocked that they can't hear anything. They're just managing their own internal chaos. Everybody's spirit is what we want to express. That's the design, to pull it up and out. When it drops in from your head, your ego, I like to call your ego your barking dog. And the reason why is Einstein said the human spirit is your sacred gift and the rational mind its faithful servant. And sadly, we've thrown away the gift and we've become enslaved to the servant. Well, the servant is like your service dog, your barking dog. And your barking dog, you don't want to shoot your dog. You don't want to kill off your ego. But what you do want to do is train it. What you do want to do is let your ego know you're not the boss. You're not the leader. Quit fighting my spirit. Quit disrespecting. So you give your ego a name. And then when you're hearing that noise, that's the barking dog. That is not the true self. I feel it. I can feel it in you. And it's like fun because you can see your own barking dog. Mine's Fifi, the snotty poodle. And when she's talking, even I don't want to listen. But we all have one. You might have a gruff German Shepherd who's patrolling the borders. And you might have a pit bull who's ready to attack. Or you might have an aloof Labrador who's falling asleep. Or you might have a nervous Chihuahua that's under the bed. But it's your ego. Nervous, barking, noisy, powerless, really. And if it's not trained, poops all over the room, kind of ruins your life. So when you don't feel this connection, your intuition, which is this chakra, your intuition is telling you that's the barking dog channel. Don't give it a lot of importance. Ignore it. And you can feel when your throat chakra is open. You can feel when the spirit is speaking and you listen and it lands. And it feels good. Spirit to spirit feels good. So we have now spirit coming through to authentic self express our creativity, our imagination, our joy, our contributions. That's beautiful throat chakra. Scanning. Am I hearing this from others? If I speak enough from my spirit, can I bring it up in others? You can. And I talked in the first part one of this is that, one of the best ways to clear the throat chakra is to laugh. It just puts everybody barking dog out of the pool and you have quiet. Now I also picked this site because, if you can hear in the background, there's noise and conversations even here. So this is real life. So you don't want to fight it. You just want to choose, okay, that's not my channel. I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to stay connected to what matters to me. The other thing is your intuition comes here. Intuition is the channel of listening, not just to words. Frankly, words are the least important to listen to, but listen to the energy. Is it the field of love or is it the barking dog field of competition and fear? Now, if the frequency is coming of love, the vibration and the communication is opening. And if it's the ego channel, you feel like you're constricted. You just feel like you're like the sponge is being wrung out and you're like, I'm melting. So you really do feel drained. You actually are being drained. So you can just, you can't open up someone else's throat chakra, so don't try. That's why I don't speak to people. But you can seduce people's throat chakra open by being loving, being laughing. And one of the best ways to capture someone's throat chakra and open it up like a surprise box is to say to people, how's your spirit today? Or I love your spirit. Because then you're dialing right in and you're going right to this beautiful channel that wants to come through. And so that's a great way, easy. And then smile and want to hear the answer. That's important. Instead of, you say, how are you? How's it going? Then you hear bark, bark, bark. It's okay. I'm upset. Life sucks. It's like, I don't really want to hear, why did I even ask? So we get done with that. And then we go to the third function, which is the The throat chakra also connects you to your spirit guides, which is so fabulous. You know, your spirit guides, you have a whole system out there. I wrote a book about it called Ask Your Guides. You need to know you have spirit guides, because it's like if you have all this help but you don't know about it, what good is it? Why struggle and suffer and be alone when you don't have to be? So you want to have a connection to your spirit guides, but spirit guides are very subtle. They don't interfere. They don't yell in your ear. They're not Elvis coming through. It's a subtle, loving vibration, but you have to be quiet. For example, have you ever tried to have a conversation with someone on the phone when someone's talking in your ear? Well, that's fun. That's barking dog chaos all over the place. But when you're quiet and you're in the heart chakra and your throat chakra is open, you don't have that noise in your head. The barking dogs sleep. And then you can feel and sense this gorgeous divine energy, nature spirits and earth spirits and angels and healers and light beings and helpers and guardian angels and on and on and on. It's a whole other video. It's a whole other story, but ask your guides. That's also the third connection. So we have our spirit. So we have 3 functions. Throat chakra is the junction box between your spirit expressing to the world, your spirit with the spirit of others, or barking dog, but we're going to go up, and the divine spirit, the spirit of the universe. So you are connected in every direction, and it's just beautiful, beautiful. Now, what are the benefits of an empowered throat chakra? Peace of mind, quiet, a reset nervous system, calm sense of humor, reassurance, just don't feel too worked up about anything. You're just not getting thrown or caught in a barking dog melee conversations with people. But here's the biggest, I saved the best for last. When your throat chakra is clear and you're connected to your heart and spirit, what you say is so powerful it becomes true. Can you imagine? It's your magic wand. What you say has so much power that it happens. That's how, that's why in the olden days, and you talk about books about magic and they say, okay, let's say the magic words, abracadabra. Well, what that means is your words are what make the magic. Now, when your barking dog has 0 magic, okay? It just creates a mess. That's all. Drama. So if you want to create more drama, then you're probably already on that. But if you want to create a beautiful life, if you want to create wonderful relationships, if you want to contribute in a way that brings the best of yourself out, what happens when you really work with this chakra and you really clear it and you don't talk to steel drums and brick walls? You respect and you speak your truth with love, patience, kindness, is that pretty soon the things you say happen. So when you say this will work out, it'll work out. When you say I'm going to create and succeed in my business, you will create and you will succeed. When you say I'm going to find the parking space, you will. Because there's a whole constellation of things going on. The power of your spirit is connecting with the flow of the universe around you in the horizontal plane, and then in comes the guides, and it's all helping like this beautiful choreographed dance to put you into perfect synchronistic flow with the objectives that you have in mind. So, I don't care how many vision boards you make. If your throat chakra isn't open, barking dogville, you're not going to get much result. I'm sure you have already found that out. But if your throat chakra is open, another story. If your throat chakra is open, if you are really expressing your spirit and not Fifi, your Fido poodle or snotty dog, if you are listening from the heart to the heart and speaking to the heart of others, and if you listen to your guides, you have a wonderful experience. Life becomes very synchronistic, to say the least, quite magical, and then the miracles happen. All happens here, but this is like, I'm in Europe. And I've been living here for a while, and I'm presently staying for a visit in Spain. I'll be ending shortly, going back to Paris, but driving in Spain, because I don't drive in Paris, I just walk, but driving in Spain, you go into these roundabouts, and all of a sudden, all the cars are coming in at the same time. And as I was going around the roundabout, I thought, this is the throat chakra. It gets everything spinning, everything gets added and moving, and then it all gets going in the direction it needs to go. So, what happens when this is blocked? Pile up. If your throat chakra is blocked, it all crashes down. Pile up. You get insomnia, and you get anxiety attacks, and you get into fights, and you get into OCD, and I gotta figure it out, and I can't go to sleep, and I'm obsessing over things, and I can't find the answers. And these are the state of the throat chakra. All of that just tells you, Mayday, Mayday, we got to cough this up. I taught you some things in the first video, and I did a video a little while back on the throat chakra that is worth watching as well, where you just, first of all, laughing. Now, it's hard to laugh in a pile up, but really and truly, I recommend that you take some exercise to laugh and see things from that point of view. So when you need to laugh, you're practiced. Secondly, you can just use this, which we do when we're stressed. I was, yesterday I took a turn on the mountain. I was looking for a little village, and I thought I was going flat, and instead it was like straight up hairpin turns for, 15 minutes. I was like, oh, great. My barking dog, Fifi, was freaking out, going, this is scary. We're going to get in an accident. We're going to drive off the mountain. Oh my God, I'm going to ruin my life. And my spirit said, quiet. You be quiet. We have a job to do. We have to get up this mountain and turn around and get down with no drama. So every few seconds I just went, and it grounded me, and it kept the throat shy. I wasn't listening to the freaking out noise and fear. I was perfectly calm. There's the barking dog, that's funny. Perfectly calm. I went up and back, and the barking dog did not have me drive off the road or get into a big crash. So, when you get that voice in your head that starts to torment you, barking dog, name your barking dog. I've named mine Fifi. So when you name it, you can say, hush, hush. And that opens that up. That brings you back to center. That helps you get on the high vibration. You don't want to be in AM talk radio. You want to be in beautiful spiritual equivalent of a classical music symphony that soothes your soul. That's the kind of throat chakra energy you want to live in. So let's just have a few summaries. Heart is what this is meant to channel, not the barking dog. The head is supposed to listen and follow direction, but the heart is the expression. That's the power center. Chimney is here. Listen for the heart of others. And if someone isn't available to hear you for any reason, stop talking. Don't diminish the power of your throat chakra, which is the power of your spirit. Just stop talking. Don't withhold, don't cork. Just pause. This is futile. Not going to do this. Watch, listen, learn. But don't fight. Because if you keep talking, then you're just up in your head and you get into the problems. Someone can't hear you. It's not there's no point in trying. Move away. Go silent. Go silent. All the chakras are all interconnected, okay? So here's the thing. It's not like anything runs independently, but all the gears work like this beautiful system in your energy body to give you an empowered life. If you're new to this, I encourage you to look into my online course, True Balance, which is all about the throat chakra. And in this course, I talk about, well, it's not all about the throat chakra. That's crazy. It's all about all the chakras, but how each one works and how they work together. It's a beautiful course and it's very thorough, but like this conversation, it's practical. I give you practical information. I'm not going to give you a lot of philosophy. I mean, that doesn't help our lives. It's like, what do I do when the barking dog is on my butt? And how do I stay centered and in my spirit? So the course, the other thing that I really want to help quiet the barking dog noise of the planet, which is why I was motivated to do this live. Also want to say that I will use my guidance if you want to take the course and sign up in the next 2 days. I will also do an intuitive read on your chakras and tell you which one feels like it would require the most immediate adjustment. So let's not have a panic. It's just like an adjustment so the whole system starts to work. I've also provided in the online course a lot of tools like music, because music that goes to each chakra and words and mantras that balance those chakras, that speak to your subconscious, which runs the chakra system pretty much all the time, that will all help you. And so you'll have the lessons and you'll have this beautiful workbook. I mean, I've done a good job. I think it's a really thorough course because I really pride myself in being a practical and thorough teacher. So all this will be in the notes below. My assistant eventually will figure this out and come put them there. So I'll let him know to do this. This was very spontaneous. But the course is called True Balance. And you can just either follow the link which will show up pretty quickly, or just go to my website. But then I will, for those of you in the next 2 days, I will be able to focus because I have the time and I want to do this to assess your chakras from my intuitive perspective and give you some guidance about which one to focus on. All in all, it's an interesting time. You know, it's Mercury retrograde right now, and it's a particularly nasty one. There's some really wildly bad things going on. Just quirky, like, how did that happen? So this is another reason why, I debated, do I do this when Mercury retrograde is over, or do I do it when we need it the most? So I've chosen the need it the most. That's why I've chosen to do it now. But I really hope that this tutorial helped you. If you're new to my channel, hey, hallelujah, your throat chakra brought you in. Heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Please subscribe and check out the course, because I think that the more empowered we are and the more conscious we are and informed about how our energy body works, the more we can live our lives at the highest frequency and not get caught in the dog park, in the dog fight, and have our butts chewed off. I don't want that for anybody. So that's my message for today. Thanks for tuning in the live. I know it's been a bit noisy, but that's life, and that's the throat chakra. So hopefully we'll use that as an opportunity to strengthen our throat chakra. And in the meantime, I send you all my love. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Bye now.